which is real quiet right now, but should be fine. All right. Music has begun. I don't think you can hear it.
I cannot hear it, but that's fine.
So Joe has interestingly selected Eternatus 2 as his music choice.
That's the worst one! That's the worst one of the
bold move.
Well, I'm
a bold move.
After this. Literally the worst.
I use Battle Tower as mine. Oh, he's getting rid of it. It's gone. All right. All right. We're off to a good start. In the Fog is... I don't like In the Fog at all, personally. I don't like In the Fog
either that much, but like...
It doesn't hype me up at all. I need one that like hypes me up. Like in Gen 6 or Gen 7, I was always using Cyrus. Cyrus's theme was crazy. That was good. Oh, he's not using In the Fog. All right. Battle Tower is was my go-to.
Battle Tower's good. I like Chairman Rose's theme. But Eternatus 2 is literally the worst of the Eternatus songs. That's not even close.
All right, so we're gonna get right into this here. So we see Joe's team as Seismitoad, Terrakion, Bronzong, Zeraora, Mandibuzz, and Trevenant. He actually doesn't even look at his opponent's team here. He just commits. He just commits Bronzong as first. He has not even glanced at his opponent's... Oh, there it is. All right, takes a quick look. I did not get a chance to see anything besides Aromatisse on the opponent's team. And he's committed. All right. So Aromatisse, Lucario, Galvantula, Mamoswine, Serena, and Dracovish. Nothing too surprising from Nick, in my opinion, as far as what the matchup warrants. I actually really like Serena's matchup here. I like Webs against Joe's team. Galvantula's coverage, Grass plus its stabs, are just stupid against Joe's team. So, yeah, but that being said, Joe's team is Zeraora Terrakion, and someone has already said that should be banned. I think the PRs this week said that should be banned, so... Zeraora plus Terrakion on the same team.
They're fighting on the fighting
team.
I haven't fought on this one. Okay. So,
All right, so Mamoswine lead versus the committed Bronzong lead.
Yeah. So...
He's got the Iron Defense body press set, and he didn't even look at his opponent's
team. That's
amazing.
That's actually incredible.
he just puts it on the line. He just says, nope, this is what I'm doing right here. But Stealth Rocks are coming up, and he actually did, I think, click Iron Defense here. So that's real good. And if he's Levitate, then this, yes, he can potentially go for a knockoff, I guess, for the Mammo, but that's not going to do much to a +2 Bronzong anymore.
Going out for blood early game.
Yo, he's not wasting any time. This is like 20 minutes. Give me 2.
Committed to the Bronzong lead. He just like, yeah, I'm setting up Iron Defenses. I don't care what you lead with. There's the knockoff.
Yeah, literally turn 1. I'm just going to set these up. That did 30%.
Oh, so he's light clay. Okay. Oh, he's going to go for the Toxic. I don't know how I feel. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, not what I would have done there. Not what I would have chosen to do. I think he expected the switch, would be my guess.
I guess. That's reasonable to think.
But that being said, I feel like either just straight body pressing, because I don't think Nick had a ghost type, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're correct.
So just straight up body pressing would probably have been the best play there. It probably kills the Mammo if Nick gives it to you, and if he doesn't, then you just get damage off. So out comes the Galvantula. So you know he's going to go into a special attacker here.
Yeah.
He's got no choice.
Easily doing over half, by the way. Easily.
+2
so
actually doesn't. Just about half. Just about 50% here with that body press. So this is an interesting position, because if Joe decides to stay in, then he's going to be taking a big special attack, obviously, from Galvantula with either of its stabs, both neutral.
Yeah, he's going to go for webs.
So rocks are up, webs are up.
And then...
I'm so glad that I have Cinderace on my team, dude.
He's going for
facing teams like Nick's.
I find it...
Reflect, not the Iron Defense.
I find it interesting that he has Reflect and not Light Screen. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd think Light Screen would be really beneficial here. Although Nick does have... I mean, you think about the Dracovish and Mamoswine combo, like, maybe he's just saying Reflect is better overall for his team coverage as opposed to, like, for this set to sweep. Because clearly this is a lead for him. I mean, he committed to that. There was no doubt in his mind, so... You know, maybe he was like, this is a lead set. Like, I just want to get some damage off with it. And later I'll be able to, chip down, be able to take some hits. 30% para is not, is what it is. Does another good 40% with his body press here.
So, like,
But he will drop to another Thunder here, 91%
so,
of
like,
the time.
even though I feel that even though Bronzong's about to go down here, Bronzong did a chunk to his team. Like, he did it. Oh wait,
yeah.
Wow, like energy ball.
Oh, the prediction. So Nick a little bit over predicting here, thinking that Joe might want to save his Bronzong. Actually, just lets his Galvantula drop instead of taking out the Bronzong. I feel like if he had Volt Switch, that was very free, but it seems like with Thunder, Energy Ball, and Sticky Web, it's unlikely he also had the Volt Switch, probably Bug Buzz in the last slot. But I feel like Galvantula Stabs plus Energy Ball was such a good combo that there was really no reason to let it go down. Maybe he was predicting the Zeraora to come in, but even then, Bug Buzz would have been the better play.
Yeah, I don't know why he went for Energy Ball.
Still would KO the Bronzong and actually would do more to the Zeraora. So unless he was specifically predicting Seismitoad.
That's probably what he was predicting.
Not an unreasonable prediction. Joe's Bronzong is clearly, ready to, like, a sweeper set. So, I mean, anything with Iron Defense Body Press is a sweeper set. Torkoal, we already saw it once, needed to get crit in order to lose that.
Yeah,
so
the philosophy is you don't play with threats. This Bronzong is clearly a threat.
Yeah, you kill what's in front of you. That is, like, absolutely, on some level, you just got to do it.
And now he's going to go for close combat. That's probably going to take out the Bronzong.
All right. Should drop the Bronzong here. We lose track of the HP bar on the side there, so it's actually a little bit of suspense here, but I'm pretty sure it's down. No! He lived! We can't even see the HP bar, so we thought he died, but no, he managed to take that. He does have a Reflect Up and a +2 defense.
That's still Lucario, though.
Yeah, I wonder what item that Lucario was. I can't believe he survived that. He went off screen. It looked like he died. That's so funny that the one corner of the screen that we can't see
just proves to be so crucial.
Yeah, is like vital to what happened. That was hype though. All right, so Mamson's gonna come out and he's finally gonna be able to take out the Bronzong.
Finally gonna see what HP it's at.
1. He lived on 1. This man, that was EV'd clearly.
So yeah, the knockoff's definitely.
But yeah, I mean, knockoff's free. Ice Shard's free if he really wants to do it. I mean, it's 1 HP,
yeah.
So.
I would go for
and rocks are up.
I don't think Bronzong's gonna switch, but just in case by the off chance he does, I definitely see the knockoff coming because just in case knockoffs of these item and all that jazz. Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's no reason not to. He's paralyzed. You outspeed. Yeah. It's got 1 maybe 2 HP if you're in Nick's perspective. You don't know exactly what it's at, but knockoff will kill even at +4 defense. So, but I feel like Bronzong did overperformed in this particular game. For a dedicated lead, that's about as good as you can expect it to be. He does now have to deal with the Sticky Web combo plus Rocks already being up on his side of the field. So that's something he's definitely going to have to manage here moving forward.
From Joe's point of view here, I think he's got to be careful of potential freeze-dry Mamoswine. Because with the Sticky, if I were to see... I don't know if I saw if it were me, if I saw a Seismitoad in prep, I'm definitely bringing free to dry Mamoswine. So.
I mean, yeah, no, for sure. And the thing is, like, Mamo, okay, he does switch out here. Joe, if you did see, we'll see in a second, so it's not gonna be too much of a spoiler. He actually clicked Protect, so he was scouting for that freeze dry. So Joe clearly aware of the possibility of a threat there. He and I actually built together, not for this team or anything, but like we built together for the 1v1 like whatever classic thing they were doing that Pokemon was hosting once, and my Pokemon that I chose for my one-on-one matchups was a freeze dry Endeavor Mamoswine with Ice Shard.
So
because it one-shotted Dracovish, so he knows about it because he and I built that together. So
Beta, we tried the whole spectating on land mode thing, and it was really, really difficult. So, like, I at least that's what I've heard. It was, like, really difficult.
It ended up being, too hard in order to... It was multiple reasons not to do it. It was too hard to manage, but also the other one is that they don't actually offer a 20-minute timer on land mode. They have 15-minute and they have 30-minute. And since timer actually matters for this league and for the point system, it needs to be done on 20-minute timers. So we're going ahead and doing the old webcam pointed at the screen strategy for this particular battle. I think like 90% of the battles this season should end up being...
Not be fished.
Yeah, but there will be a few. But anyway, we see the Mandibuzz actually in here against the Dracovish, and Dracovish is going to go for the Vicious Rend here. Mandibuzz is not slowed down. I don't think Joe's going to be running any speed on it, but if he is running speed on Mandibuzz, then it could potentially outspeed the Dracovish if it's not scarfed, since it's not slowed down by the webs. This would be Joe's potential chance to set up a or to get the defog off, but he actually opts to preserve Mandibuzz. We do see its leftovers, not boots, which is interesting as well. You know, Mandibuzz definitely appreciates having the ability to switch in on rocks.
Yeah, here comes the Seismitoad, clearly water absorbed to take the Fishy Boy Rend.
Yep, and if it is Vicious Rend, if it's scarfed into it or if it's banded into it, Seismitoad will always be able to stop it. And this is a free chance for Joe to maybe set up rocks or double out, make an aggressive play here. So Dracovish is going to be a problem for Joe in the mid game, as we see. But Joe with a couple Pokemon lead, now just one Pokemon lead because Bronzong went down. But if you can take out, what was it, Galvantula and Lucario and trade for a Bronzong, I feel like Joe has a solid position here. Although the threats Nick still has, Dracovish, Mamoswine, those are not things you can just ignore either. So
absolutely.
Definitely got to navigate this game carefully.
So there's this Arena. I could definitely see. Okay, so there's a Scald, so he's banking on a burn here.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I wouldn't say it was free, but the potential for a burn is just so tempting. Although, I mean, I personally think that maybe rocks there, because it's just permanent chip. You know, I mean, the Serena came in, so I guess maybe he was thinking that it's probably got the Rabbit Spin anyway. But he does have Trevenant in the back, so he could easily have gone into that on the Serena and just been able to block Rapid Spin. So, lots of interactions going on right now in this matchup. I do...
That's a tree.
Kid Snatcher? What a nickname here. We could see... Okay, so the Power Whip comes out, and that's going to do actually probably a decent chunk.
About 30%.
Yeah. Does Trevenant get Synthesis?
No. It does. Looking at the set, though, it looks to be one of those, I actually don't even think... Is it like one of those harvest sets? Like, I'm not even sure. Let's find out. Because normally these things run Citrus Berry if they run harvest. But judging by the set, I don't think it's a harvest set. I think it's a natural cure set.
I mean, natural cure usually carries rest.
Yeah, that's true.
But it doesn't appear to have harvested anything, and isn't statused. So.
Like the harvest...
He does have the Hone Claws. This thing learns Earthquake, which is fascinating. There's a lot of things out there that don't learn Earthquake. And then Trevenant, of all things, does. So out comes the Aromatisse here. So Nick... I'm just noticing that Nick did not nickname his Pokemon, which is incredibly disappointing. He crits the Shadow Claw. Obviously, high critical chance move, so 1/8 of the time that's going to happen. So it's not the most surprising thing in the world, but definitely something to keep in mind. 50% on a critical hit here.
So that's probably like a very physically bulky Aromatisse.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think Joe actually goes for the Home Claws? I was going to say Hornleech might keep him out of Moonblast range. I'm not sure if he's out of it right now. If the Aromatisse does decide to go for it.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the set.
But it does actually show Wish here, so not going to have to worry about it. Actually gets a free Hone Claws on that Wish. Maybe should have attacked and then on the Forced Protect gone for the Hone Claws. But either way, he's now going to have a chance to stay in and click a move on this thing. And he shows the outspeeds. +1 on this Aromatisse. Actually drops it with that +1 Hornleech. And that Wish is going to get taken away from him. That wasn't even a crit. I'm not sure. Did Hornleech get buffed or something? Like, what the heck?
Definitely didn't get buffed. No.
So it's base 75. Shadow Claw's base 70, right? Yes. And that was a crit for 50%. And then +1 did 56%. I don't understand the calc that just occurred, but Joe getting that kill right there, that's huge. And obviously Mamoswine is going to go click knockoff, and we see the Colbur Berry.
That's a cool tech. It might be Harvest Colbur Berry. I don't know.
Harvest Colbur Berry would be sweet, because then it's always going to like live those knockoffs. And it's going to be able to get this Hornleech off, maybe get another Colbur Berry pop, or another, harvest into a Colbur Berry. That'd be...
That's a cool tech.
I mean, that kept him alive right now. That saved his Trevenant, got a kill on the Mamoswine. Joe's showing some incredibly thoughtful
Colbur
tech
Berry,
here.
There it is.
There it is, Harvest Colbur Berry. So Colbur Berry is definitely an interesting item to put on Trevenant, because you don't see the Citrus Berry, right? So you're like, okay, he's not the berry. And then he pops out the Colbur Berry, which means he can take a crunch potentially from this Dracovish. he can take a knockoff from the Mamoswine or the Serena. Does Serena get knockoff?
Serena does
I might have made that up.
not get knockoff, I don't think.
Okay. So Fishious Wren's going to come out. That may kill, let's be honest. And it just drops this thing.
What
potentially Banded. Fishious Wren. But, yeah, I mean, it just dropped that Trevenant. So, with the webs up, I mean, Joe's got really only one option here, and it's basically just
go to Seismitoad. Because this thing, I think this
Toad.
Dracovish is very, very much so choiced.
Yeah, for it to, I don't know if it needed it, but definitely doesn't. It wouldn't surprise me if that just does so much damage. Jesus. And so now I believe it's currently 4-2, right? It's Dracovish and Serena.
It's choiced. So I think so. Yeah. So Serena comes out.
So Joe at this point decides to set up the Stealth Rock so that his opponent cannot continuously U-turn and switch into the Dracovish as needed.
Smart.
Probably a good play here. Seems like as long as Joe can keep this Seismitoad healthy, he'll be okay. Trying to get towards this end game here. See how he can. I don't know how he's going to handle the Dracovish personally. I haven't quite determined yet what Joe's answer to it is. The U-turn is going to be shown here from the Serena as Joe goes for the Protect.
Could the Serena be choiced? Did we see an item on this Serena yet?
We have not seen an item yet, no.
Like, this Serena could be scarfed.
Joe seems like he's reacting to it as if it is scarfed.
It might. I think it is. It might be.
It may not be scarfed, but it definitely could be choiced. It could be scarfed. I think it'd be interesting to run Scarf Serena with webs, but...
Because, you would have gone for Power Whip there.
Yeah, on that second turn for sure. There's no reason not to.
If both
but Joe actually reacting.
If both Pokemon are choiced
Joe reacting,
here,
goes for the Scald.
Then, all he has to do is just...
Then Joe can just Protect and Scout. And he gets the burn. Mm-hmm. He gets the Scald burn, and that is his answer to this Dracovish. That is exactly what he was looking for right there. He made the bold play here. Dracovish probably choiced. Joe can easily click Protect here. Scout out what it's going to lock itself into. And then, react accordingly. And he actually does switch out the Dracovish into the Serena. So Nick, understanding that the Protect is very likely here, needs to get his Serena back in. Protect failing means that Joe can Scout once again, though, and actually get back to full, it looks like. So that's certainly, I think Joe has put himself in a position where Nick doesn't really have a play to make at this point. He's going to have to make some crazy read at some point. But we do see the Rapid Spin actually be what Serena decides to go for here.
See, try to get those rocks up so he can freely switch is obviously very important.
Yeah, absolutely. But with the Seismitoad already just on the field, and Joe correctly isolating, I think that Seismitoad is probably a win con here. That Nick can't kill it as long as it's healthy. So Serena potentially being locked into Rapid Spin. Maybe he's scouting and seeing, like, did you bluff the Scarf before? Let me just keep my Seismitoad healthy. I'll go Mandibuzz. The worst you can do is click High Jump Kick, probably. But if you do click Power Whip, at least I'll live. And I'll know you're not Scarfed. And he does actually reveal that he is not choiced. So Joe correctly isolating that Nick probably isn't choiced here. Or possibly isn't choiced here. And he does go back into his Dracovish as this Mandibuzz is chipped down to a range where it can potentially die to maybe an Ice Fang, which would be something that Nick could lock himself into. Instead of going for the Fishious Wren so he can hit the Seismitoad. Although burned, it's probably not even going to be able to 2KO the Seismitoad with Ice Fang. So
I could definitely
Joe opting for the Protect.
I could definitely see a foul play. I mean, he's running Protect on a lot of stuff, so he's clearly operating.
I mean, I guess he knew Dracovish was going to be probably choiced, and he decided he was going to play into that. So now Fishious Wren comes out as Joe sees, so he can make his decision now. Does he think Nick's going to stay in with this Dracovish? Does he think Nick's going to switch out this Dracovish and go back into his Serena?
I think he makes the aggressive play here.
I think... he goes for the Defog.
That's smart.
That's interesting because he has his own rocks up, but I guess he's realized, like, especially because 3 minutes popped up just on the timer here, he's going to say, like, look, you can kill this thing, but you can never kill this and my Toad. And the Serena does come out. It's going to take that Rocks chip before it gets the Defog off. Oh, is it Boots?
It's
Boots.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's boots. It didn't take any rock chip right there. I didn't notice that the last time. But it does look like the Serena is heavy-duty boots. And Joe may have realized that before we did, so... That's definitely something to keep in mind as the air slash. Joe's actually running a special Mandibuzz.
Yeah, special Mandibuzz is definitely really interesting. So in comes the Dracovish again. Air slash should do a chunk.
So now without rocks. Yeah, air slash is going to do a decent amount here. And Dracovish, Joe can just protect Scout out what the Dracovish is going to lock itself into.
I actually think
but may not even
he's
need to.
going to protect because he needs to beat this timer. So yeah, I was right. He clicked the air slash because he needs to beat the timer.
Yeah, he's racing the clock.
Oh.
And the rest. Okay, so this is probably going to end up going to timer, but unless Nick can get some kills, Joe's just going to be able to win on differential here. But I do like the fact... Oh, wow. That did some decent damage. I do like the fact that this point system makes people want to finish it out in timer if possible.
Yeah, I like that too.
Now, we do see the rest and no Chesto, so if he's just rest Vicious Rend, rest Sleep Talk, Vicious Rend, and one coverage move, as Joe actually, what does he do here? So we do see Dracovish is asleep, and he just goes for the air slash again. 60 seconds till time, and so it's a matter of whether Nick wants to go for another rest here. Potentially, I think he's just going to go Vicious Rend, and Joe could potentially go into Seismitoad, predicting that. Looks like Joe actually opts to go for the Zeraora.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
I definitely don't think that was his best option because Vicious Rend will kill. Oh, he's asleep for one more turn. Okay, so we miscounted our sleep turns.
Miscounted sleep turns.
I'm surprised we both miscounted those. So he's actually going to switch out the Dracovish here, go out into his Serena. Without the webs up, though, it does look like Joe, if he can get this play rough kill, might be able to finish the game out. He does have the Blaze Kick, it looked like, as well. So if he can get these two moves in, maybe he'll be able to finish this game.
And he's propelled, so...
will drop. Serena will survive that, be able to Power Whip. Will Nick be able to save the differential just a little bit? That looks like it's not going to kill. And Joe going to click Blaze Kick one more time. But it's going to end the battle in a 4-2 victory for Joe. So, Brendan, what do you feel went well? What do you think could have been done differently in that battle for these two competitors?
So I feel Nick overpredicted a lot, and I feel he didn't really attack what was in front of him a lot of the time. But I feel like early game especially, I feel early game he just tried to make the aggressive and flashy play, and it just didn't work out for him every single time he tried doing it. Like, for example, his Galvantula didn't have to really die to Bronzong, and just stuff like that. I just feel that Nick as the whole could have just attacked what's in front of him. But Joe, on the other hand, he was ready. He just set up and
that was terrifying.
Yeah, he was dedicated. he set up his Bronzong, and it's just like, yeah, I'm just going straight in, and that's